Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to the 54th session of Wheel of Wisdom. I would love to say hi and, know in which part of the world you guys are joining in from. I'm seeing three beautiful profiles here right now, one with a cute dog as well. I would love to say hi to you and, know that where you are joining us from before, we begin this live. By the way, is my audio and video fine? Are you able to see and hear me fine? Hi, Kerry. Hi. So, Kerry is joining us from USA, and she says, "Thank you. She's the best." Ah, so welcome, Kerry. I see so many new people here today, and I would love to welcome you all from the depth of my heart. I'm so happy that this was going on your screen, and you guys decided to tune in. And says, "Hi, everyone watching from the Netherlands." Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Anne, for joining us and introducing yourself. And I really hope that, Anne and Carrie, whatever you need guidance on today, whatever is going on in your life, you receive something valuable, some wisdom out of this life today. So that is my intention for you. So, I will take a minute to introduce myself and introduce these lives. So, my name is Anisha Maheshwari. I have been a teacher on Insight Timer since approximately 2.8 years now. And it has been an absolute joy being here on Insight Timer. Um, do I see Caitlin in the in the bubbles? Hi, Caitlin. It's so nice to see you here. Caitlin says, "Hey, Anisha, just saying hi. I will be back in a bit though." Okay. Okay, perfectly all right. So, about this Wheel of Wisdom. So, I have started doing this since January, and today is the 54th episode of this Wheel of Wisdom series. And I usually do it at a different time, and now I am kind of experimenting with different times. So yeah, this is my first time at this particular time. And I'm really excited to, see who all are going to join us here at this time. So what we do in this is that we usually start with meditation to open ourselves to, to tune ourselves into that higher frequency, to receive that higher wisdom from the universe, from God, from divine, from consciousness, higher self, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so we start with a meditation and then we have a wheel. The name of the wheel is Wheel of Wisdom, and it has randomly selected books on that wheel. Right now, we have 31 books on that wheel. So, what we do is that after we are, in that open and receptive state, we allow the universe to communicate to us, which it is always doing. We just need to be more receptive, to be more open, to listen what the universe, what the divine is wants to send our way, what message to the universe wants to communicate to us. So once we have meditated and are in that right state of being, we spin that wheel so that the universe can select a book for us to do a reading from. And then once a book is chosen, so a name of a book is highlighted from the wheel. And then what we do is that we open the book and I either tune into my intuition or I tune into your intuition, or maybe both. So maybe I will ask you guys to choose a number and then I will tune into my intuition and see, which number that all of you guys have mentioned. So out of all those numbers, which number I feel more called toward. And in that manner, we're going to select, a paragraph from that book and receive that wisdom. And that wisdom is going to it is going to be for all of us that are present here, and not only for that person, whose number we would choose. Because if you are here, then you were meant to listen to that message. That message was meant to come your way. So that is how this live is going to go. Samastar says, Anisha, Caitlin, all greetings. Hi, Samastar. So nice to see you here back again. Okay, so now that the format of this live, is clear, are you guys ready to meditate? Type ready in the comments, and then we will begin the meditation. Okay, wonderful. So Samastar is ready, Carrie is ready, and I hope others are also ready. Okay, let's begin. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. As you begin to settle in to this posture, allow your eyes to either close completely all the way down, or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze and look at the floor 2 or 3 feet in front of you. This is to help us limit any form of visual distraction so that we can take that inner journey. So now, as your attention is turned inward, notice the point of contact between the surface beneath you and your body. So notice which part of your body are touching the surface beneath you. As you feel fully supported by Mother Earth, allow your awareness to rest on your breath, noticing the air flowing in and out of the body. You don't need to change your breath in any manner. Just observe the inflow and notice the breath leaving your body. with each breath arriving into this present moment fully, letting go of the need to be anywhere else or to do anything else, arriving fully in this moment. Let your breath be an anchor as we continue to move through this meditation. Now, bring to your mind anything new that you are about to begin. So, reflect on your life and think about anything that you are planning to begin, but you feel nervous about. Or perhaps it is a new challenge that life has thrown your way. So bring to your mind anything that you are nervous about. As this thing comes to the forefront of your awareness, bring your awareness to your body. Notice how does your body responds when you think about this thing. There may be a fluttering in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or perhaps a restless energy in your limbs. Rather than trying to resist it, gently say to yourself, this is just energy. This nervous energy means that I care, that this thing is important to me. and this energy can carry me forward. So let that knowing soften any resistance or tightness within you. And now imagine a, a warm yellow light, a warm yellow light gathering at your core with every breath. Let it expand outward, spreading out from your core, from your abdomen to filling your heart, your entire belly, your throat, and your arms. This light is your inner courage, quiet, steady, and always present. As this light continues to expand, imagine it gently wrapping around your nervousness. Visualize this light wrapping your nervousness, not with an intention to push it away, but with an intention to hold it with kindness, just like a mother holds her crying baby. In a moment from now, I am going to repeat certain affirmations. You are welcome to either simply listen to them or repeat them after me. Even though I feel nervous, I choose to move forward anyway. Even though I feel nervous, I choose to move forward anyway. Every beginning holds the possibility of growth. I don't have to know everything. I just have to begin. I believe in my ability to figure things out. Every step, even the messy ones, moves me forward. I choose to listen to my inner voice more than the outside noise. I don't have to be perfect to begin. I trust myself to take the next right step. Letting all these words sink deeper into your being, giving you the courage to move forward despite any nervousness or doubt. Thank yourself for showing up today. And as we reach the end of this meditation, allow yourself to come back by wiggling your toes and your fingers, connecting back with your body. And whenever you feel ready, opening your eyes, connecting back with the environment around you. Welcome back. If you feel like you can move your body or hydrate yourself, whatever you need. If you feel called to, then you can share about your experience of the meditation. And if you don't feel like typing, you can just press the heart to let me know that the meditation resonated with you. And I see some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So I want to say to you all that welcome. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom. And we have just finished with a meditation, which is just one part of this live. And now we're going to soon move towards the next part, which is about tuning into the wisdom. So before we do that, I invite you to take a moment to think about something that you would like to receive some guidance on today. Kerry says, I needed that meditation. Thank you. Thank you, Kerry, for sharing that with me. I'm really happy that you got what you needed from this meditation, from this live. And I hope that you continue to feel wrapped in that yellow light of warmth and know that you are supported as you continue with your day. Caitlin says, beautiful. I tuned back in at the introduction of the yellow light and I got excited for the solar plexus tune up, and the affirmations were so powerful. Love your practices and invitations. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for sharing your experience, and I'm glad to hear that you just got in time, as we were meditating. So you got the major part of the meditation and followed through. And yeah, as Caitlin mentioned, so when I asked you to focus on your core, around your core, and imagine a yellow light, so it is connected to our solar plexus chakra, and which also gives us that courage. It is that inner fire, that steady inner fire. So we tapped into that to provide us with the, quality of bravery and courage that we need to not only face the new challenges that are going on in our lives or anything new that we are about to start and face any fear that is coming up, but also to face any form of inner resistance to whatever is coming up for us. Okay, so moving on to the next part. So let me show you the wheel before we dive in. So this is our wheel of wisdom and it contains the name of 31 books right now on this wheel. It's okay if you cannot read them. This is going to choose one book for us. And before we spin the wheel and the universe or divine or consciousness chooses a book for us, I invite you all to think about what is it that you would like to receive some guidance or wisdom on today. So perhaps there is something going on in your life, or maybe, there's an area of your life in which you would like some clarity or direction. So think about that. Let that come to the forefront of your mind. And if there is nothing specific that you would like some guidance on today, then you can just set an intention in your mind or in the comments that you would like to receive some general guidance today. So you would like to receive some general guidance for today or for this week. So take your time, and when you are done, type done in the comments so that we can spin the wheel and do some reading. So type done when you are done thinking about something that you would like to receive some guidance on today. So again, it can be an area of your life, it can be something that is happening in your life, so something specific. And if there's nothing specific in your mind that you would like to receive some guidance on today, then you can just, set an intention for receiving some general guidance for today or for this week. So once you type done in the comments, then we would begin with the readings. We would choose a book for us to read, to do a reading from today. Okay. Samastar would like some guidance on letting go. I hope that, you receive some gem, some, some clarity and help in terms of that. Caitlin says, I'm open to receive, but something that whispered was specifically my ability to accept and marinate in compliments. Yeah, that can be a tough one. I myself had, used to have difficulty acknowledging the compliments and accepting them. So, yeah, I hope that, something comes in relation to that for you, Caitlin. Hi, Anne. Is it Anne or Annie? First one or the second one? So, Anne, okay, thank you for sharing that. So, Anne is joining us from Ireland. Beautiful. And she would like to receive some guidance on trusting the process. Then, Anne, if you kind of missed the meditation that we did today, then maybe it might be of some help as well. So, yeah, by the way, this is like this whole live is getting recorded. So you can always access the replays and, tune into that intuition or tune into that meditation, sorry, tune into that meditation later on. And says, great. Okay, wonderful. And yeah, maybe and something might come up in relation to like from that book, some wisdom might come up for you and from that book that is going to be chosen for us in a few moments. Rita says that she would like to to have some guidance on equanimity. Mm-hmm. I hope that, something comes up in relation to that. That is, I admire that you are trying to cultivate that quality of equanimity, and I hope that something pops up that can help you see the next steps or help you in terms of whatever the obstacle that you're facing in terms of cultivating this quality. Samastar says, I did tapping during your affirmations, during your meditation, Anisha. Yeah, sometimes like tapping here, on the different tapping points can help us to to relax fully, to take in those new mindset, to take in those new ways of thinking and let go of the old ones that are not serving us. Um, yeah, and I also love that about like EFT tapping, usually they start with, so that is other like that is a technique. So they start usually with tapping on on acknowledging the reality and everything, like how hard it is or whatever is going on, all the fears that are coming up. And then they start to like, then we start to switch our mindset towards a different way of thinking to see the situation differently so that it can serve us better. So yeah, that is another great tool. Let's see. Summer Star says, Caitlin, you are amazing and worthy. Yeah, Caitlin is definitely amazing. And says, okay, I missed some comment. Patricia says, Patricia would like some guidance related to grief and loss. I'm sorry, Patricia, for whatever you're going through, for whatever you have lost, whoever you have lost. And I'm sending you so much love and healing. And I hope that, something comes up from today's life that can help you in dealing with everything that you're going through. And maybe, all of us, other people, can also send some love to Patricia, help her feel wrapped in love and support. So you can press the hearts, and low, like, no, let Patricia know and feel that love that we all can hold for her. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. Anne says, a very stressful time, lots of unknowns, and would like to focus on what is for me, won't pass me, trust. Exactly. Hmm. I believe it won't. It won't pass you, Anne. If, all your life circumstances has come in this manner, then it's not that, life is happening to you. It might also be happening for you, like all these circumstances that you are in. Maybe no matter how difficult it is to see in that moment, but having that little trust or hope that maybe this is something my soul created, my soul co created with the universe so that it can experience. It can experience life, it can experience whatever it wanted to experience. So I hope that something comes up in relation to that. Okay, so let's tap the wheel and see, what wants to come through. Let's go to the reading part now. So, holding whatever it is that you would like some guidance on today in your mind as I spin the wheel. Okay, so the book that came up for us today is Mind Made Prison, and this book is written by Matthew Tabatabai. It is so magical that this is the same book that came up during our previous lives. And I love, you know, this about this wheel, or maybe whatever is happening is because, this has happened like a lot of times before in our lives, in Wheel of Wisdom lives, that a book comes up. So a new book comes up that has never come before. And then, it continue to come up more frequently until we have received the messages from it. So yeah, I'm so excited to hear that what else this book has to offer, because previous life was just wonderful and all the people who were present got a lot out of it. So let's see what this book has to offer us. Again, the name of the book is Mind Made Prison, which in itself can be a very huge reminder that, that of course most of the times we don't live in this world in the present moment, but we are more of living in our minds, in this headspace, and we are either reliving the past or we are trying to create the future and predict the future, and we are stuck in that mind story, and we are not connected with our body, with our surroundings, with the present moment. And that prison, and that is created by our own mind, that is created by our own self, and we just don't realize it. So, yeah, that is just a very interesting title. So, let's see what this book has to offer today. Mind Made Prison. I'm just seeing so that I can choose a number, like I can give you the numbers between which I would like you to choose. Okay, just a second. Let me type it. Hmm. Okay, so in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to choose a number. Okay, and I don't want you guys to hurry in any manner. Instead, this is like a space to practice, to tune into your own intuition. So take your time and see what number comes up for you and then share that in the comment. And why I am saying that you don't need to hurry is because I'm not going to choose the top three numbers or something, but instead what I'm going to do next is that once you all have listed the numbers, once you all have chosen a number based on what what came up for you when you tune into your intuition, then after that, I'm going to see through all the numbers and then what whatever number that my intuition picks, whatever number that I feel called to, we're going to go with that number. And supposedly, if Patricia chooses a number for us, I choose that particular number which Patricia mentions, then it doesn't mean that whatever reading that I'm doing is only for Patricia. But it means that that reading wanted to come through in this space with all of you present. So, whatever is going to come through, you are meant to listen to that. Otherwise, you won't be here. So, that is the open and receptive, stance we are going to, held in our hearts. And then we're going to choose that number. So, I would like you guys to choose a number between 13 to 180. So, choose a number between this, whatever number you're feeling called to. Thank you, Nia, for sharing that. So Nia has started. Bianca and Zodi, Elma, Patricia, Robin, Bianca again. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yarira, Kerry, JP. Thank you all of us for choosing a number for us so that you can be the source of that wisdom today. Okay, guys. Rita, wonderful. I think most of the people have chosen the numbers. So now we are going to begin. So I'm going to just see which number do I feel called to among all of these numbers. Okay, so the number that I am feeling called to right now is 42, and that number has been chosen by Bianca. Okay, thank you, Bianca, for choosing that number for all of us. Let's see what wants to come through from this page. So, as I was reading like some of these books, I have highlighted the most important insights or the transformative practices. So, I'm going to see, what particular paragraph that I've highlighted on this page. Page number 42. Okay. The author says all the meanings we learned through our past changed our lives forever. They not only affected the past, they are still affecting us to this day. telling us what we can or can't do in life, telling us how we should how we should act or how we shouldn't act, telling us what we have and don't have permission for. You absolutely know who you are. You know what you can or can't achieve. You know these things because you believe your interpretations of what the world is like. Ah, okay, let me explain that before continuing. So, what the author here is trying to say is that so when we were born as a child, we didn't had any concept of who we are, how the world is, how other people are. And our mind was like a blank slate. And as you were interacting with the world, we were trying to make sense of it all, try to create some sense of structure or certainty, a mental model in our minds. And that's what we did when we tried to make sense of this world so that we can survive as a baby. So that's what the process continued. And in that process, you try to make sense of whatever is happening around you, and you try to define yourself as well, that who am I. So you created certain beliefs about the world, about other people, about who you are. For example, I am not good enough. That is a very popular belief that a lot of people have. So that can be one belief that you created as a result of something happening to you, or something that you observed, or someone, maybe a caregiver or someone in authority said that to you in another form, but you made sense of it in this one. So maybe you learned it from somewhere, or maybe something happened, something big happened to you that made you believe this way. And similarly, about other people, you might have created some beliefs like other people are not safe, other people are not trustworthy, and things like that. So we create these beliefs, we create a mental model of this whole world and of who we are in this world. And we create this self, this sense of self, this fixed identity in our minds of who we are. And we continue, so this all happens in our childhood majorly, and we continue to live our life based on that, based on the beliefs that we formed in our past, and that past keep on running our lives, our present lives today, and also influence how our future would be today based on our present, based on our actions, based on the action that we're going to take in the present moment. So the author asks us that how much more intelligent and capable are you right now compared to when you were a 5 or 6 year old child? I am willing to bet that you have developed a lot since you were that age. What is fascinating, however, is that most people still carry around with these interpretations of the world that were created when they were just a child. So, these beliefs were formed to make sense of the world, and these beliefs used to serve some function. Otherwise, they would not have formed at that moment. But it is important to note that these beliefs serve the functions in our past, and there is a chance that these beliefs are now not letting us be who we want to be. Be that kind of a person, achieve those things. So they were formed to serve a function, but that function no longer be there. It is a possibility that that function is not there anymore. And now these beliefs are not letting you achieve everything that you want to achieve, be that person that you want to become. And that's why, you might have heard of the term limiting beliefs, and that's why we call them limiting, because they stop us from all of these things. And the important thing to note is that we still keep believing them and living by them even though they were formed by a mind of a 5 or 6 year old child. At that time, we did not have that kind of a resources. We did not have that kind of a intelligence or capability. And that made sense at that point. But now we have developed a lot. We have grown a lot. We have a lot more resources. We have a lot more skills. We have a lot more capabilities. We have learned a lot of things. But our mind do not acknowledges all of that. And we are still living by those beliefs that were created by a child. So it is important to note that. So, this means that decisions and interpretations made by a 5 year old brain are affecting your life right now. It means that interpretations you made when you were 13 are still running your life to this day. Do you really want the limiting beliefs of a child or teenager running your life? Most people never sit down and choose who they want to be. This is what I am urging you to do. It is time to make a conscious decision and choose which interpretations of the world you want to keep and which ones you feel are no longer serving you. It is time to realize that you are the master of your universe, that your power as the interpreter of external events allows you to create any meaning you like. It is time to realize that as long as you are living a fairy tale, you might as well be the king or queen who lives happily ever after, instead of the peasant who is always suffering. You can either make a decision to reclaim this inherent power, or you can choose to keep the beliefs that are currently causing you pain for another 10 to 15 years. The choice is yours. So, so it's not that, the beliefs that you formed. So, how you formed the beliefs as a child were because you look at your world, you look at your surroundings, you look at the situation that was happening to you, you observed all of these things, or someone told you something, and you like soaked that inside you. You were like a sponge and you soaked all of it in, and you tried to make sense of all of it, and you arranged that in a structure in your mind. You created a whole mental model. You still have that ability to interpret things. We are currently, as we go through our lives, no matter how old we are still continuing to interpret the things, to see the things in a certain way. We have that ability to try to make sense of whatever is going on around us. But now we can choose that, do I want to continue with the interpretation made by a 5 year old, or do I want to make my own interpretations that are going to serve me, that are going to benefit me, that are going to make me feel the way that I want to feel, that are going to make me become the person that I want to become? Because as the author said, that most people never sit down and decide who they want to be. They are living with that fixed identity that they have created of themselves. Like, maybe I am a dominant person, maybe I'm a shy person, maybe I am ugly, or maybe all, I am not worthy. So we have created this fixed identity within ourselves, and we are living by it, and we never question that. you know we never thought that we had the choice to decide who we want to become, and that's why we never sat down and decided who we want to become. But the author reminds us that we do have that choice. We just have to realize that. So that is what is coming up for me after reading this paragraph. And I would love to hear if this is resonating with anyone. You can like mention that in the comment, or If you don't feel like typing, you can just always press the heart to let me know that this reading resonated with you, with some part of you, or in relation to whatever is happening in your life. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Um, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Sondru? Is the like T silent? Is it Sondru or is it just the Sondru? Can you help me with that? Sondru. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know your name and thank you for the donation. I so appreciate it. And my wish for you is that this energy of love and abundance that you have shared with me multiplies and blossoms in all the different areas of your life. Thank you, Sandra. Bianca says, this resonates, but I keep thinking of my circle of influence, how to block out others' beliefs onto me, telling me their thoughts and ideas of what to do with my life. Mhm. Yeah, I acknowledge that, I acknowledge how hard it is to change our mindset, to change our, belief system if we are currently present in that environment around, that is around us. We are surrounded with those people that keep us feeding all those beliefs that are not serving us. So, what is coming up for me in response to that is to again decide, to see that what about the situation can you not control? So I said that it is difficult if you live in that environment, but it is not impossible. So it's like this if we don't know, who we are, what we want, then it is easy for everyone to tell us that you are this you are this kind of person or you need to do this or you need to do this with your life. So if we have this uncertainty, if we don't know ourselves, if we don't have the clarity or the direction, then it becomes easy for them to influence us to just ha- I'm just trying to remember the English word, to just maybe pressurize us or put their belief system or their thinking onto ours, but so in that case, in this case, what might be the first step is to gain clarity in relation to whatever it is that you want to do with your life, in relation to that area, and in relation to who you are, who you want to become, So that might be like the first step. And yeah, that is something that is coming up for me. I hope that helps. And by the way, guys, at this point, I also want to let you know that I am actually currently offering a gift to all the women. So, all the women that are present here, I want to let you know that since recently I have started offering a complimentary session with me. So, if you would like to, you know, if you would like to experience coaching, if you would like to experience, a powerful conversation with me, then I do offer a free 1 hour coaching session. So, if you are interested, what you can do is that you can simply message me on Insight Timer that I'm interested, Anisha. And the way to message me is this. So you can go to my profile. Let me show you it so that you don't feel, confusion. So you can go to my profile, and if you are already following me, the follow button would have converted into donate button, and above it 3 dots appear. So click on the 3 dots and go to message teacher, and you can message me that Anisha, I'm interested in that session, and I would absolutely love to offer you that. I would love to support you in your journey and guide you in any manner that I can. And I can promise you one thing, that you're going to leave with at least one powerful insight from that session, because that has happened with every single woman that I've worked with so far. So, yeah, so if you're interested, feel free to message me and we can have that session. We can have that coaching session and, help you with anything that you would like some help on. Okay, coming back to this. So, Caitlin says, the reading was great and I just love your explanation of it. Your sharing of your psychology knowledge makes me smile. You explain so well and make it digestible and understandable. Realizing we are using beliefs and values from our 5-year-old self or our 13-year-old self or 20-year-old self or whoever, we can acknowledge where we came from but still grow. Exactly. Exactly. Caitlin has highlighted the grow point and yeah, and mentioned another important point that when we realize that, this is something or this is someone from which I learned those beliefs, then instead of trying to hold resentment against them, because if you learned that belief from a caregiver of or if your caregiver or someone, a situation happened because of which you learned that belief. So there is a chance that, when you realize that, when you throw light on that from where did I got that belief, and which we do, which we do in coaching and even in therapy, if you're going to explore with a therapist or a coach, you might be taken on that journey to realize from where did you got it. But the reason is not to put the blame on that person, to hold resentment, in relation to that person. But the reason behind that is to gain freedom, to know that these are not your beliefs. You learned them from somewhere and you can let them go. One, first of all, just the awareness of that belief can free you with with all of that burden that you have been carrying that was never yours to carry. You can see that I got this belief from this person. And why I say to not hold resentment is because that person also learned that belief from somewhere else, maybe from their parents, from their caregiver, from somewhere else. So those beliefs are just being passed down. And now that you're aware of them, you can take the responsibility, meaning not the blame, but the responsibility. I love this breakdown of this word, responsibility, meaning your ability to respond. So now you can develop that ability to respond differently to this belief, to respond differently to any reaction, any response that this belief used to trigger in you. So now, so, realizing all of this is to help you gain the freedom and not to put the blame on someone else and then continue doing whatever you were doing in your life. And if you are interested, I actually do have a course on this, to help you identify limiting beliefs, to help you identify the limiting beliefs in different areas of your life in relation to your goals. So would if you want, then I can share the name of it. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to mention the name of that course. Um, Nia says, yes, healing from a bad relationship where I was codependent. I was whatever he needed me to be. And now I'm asking myself who I am and who I want to be for myself. Exactly. I don't know, Nia. I don't know you, Nia, but I'm so proud of you to be able to have the courage to step into that uncertainty and question yourself, to question, to be able to see and to be able to willing to define your identity on your own terms. So you're doing great. That is an amazing first step. And I hope that, you find the answer soon. You're welcome, Nia. Patricia is sharing a namaste emoji. Okay. So before I do the next reading, I'm going to drink some water, take care of myself as well, and then we will do another reading. And guys, if you are finding this live helpful, if you got anything from of value from this live up until now, and if you would like to support me in continuing these lives, in keeping these lives, going on, or in continuing my other free offerings, like the complimentary sessions and things like that, then you can, support me by pressing the icon, the donate button here. You might see at the right side at the bottom, you might see a donate button. So if you feel called to support me, then you can share whatever amount that, that you feel called to share. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm thinking, should we go with the same book or should we choose a different book? What do you guys think? Should we continue with the same book or should we spin again and choose a different book for all of us? Okay, Steph says different, please. Okay. Other people, you guys can also vote. Your vote matters. Caitlin says same lol. Okay, Caitlin would like the same book. Hmm. Let's see other votes. Anne says same. Nia says same. Okay, then maybe let's go with the same book since there are a lot of votes for the same book. And Steph, maybe after this live, you can, check out my other lives and, maybe receive some wisdom from there because I have like, so I have, I'm recording this particular live as well as I've recorded all the previous 53 lives. So you can just, so what I have done with that is so that you can also play with your intuition in terms of that. So I've created a whole playlist of all those lives up until now so that you can just choose a number between 1 to 54 and whatever number comes up for you, just, go through that particular video. So I hope that you're going to enjoy that. Okay, Steph says thank you. I'm going to, share in the moment, like towards the end, where you can access the replay and make all the other announcements as well. So let's go with the same book. Let me, check out the previous page numbers that you guys gave and let's, go with that. And if anyone who has joined us, right now, if anyone has joined us right now and missed the previous, or missed the previous chance to choose a number for all of us, then I invite you to choose a number between 13 to 180. And yeah, and choose whatever number is coming up for you. And I will also consider your number while scrolling through all the numbers so that I can choose the one that I feel called to. Okay, Caitlin says, are the new meditations you are releasing from Wheel Live in a playlist too? Yes, yes, Caitlin. Yeah. So so what I'm doing is, so guys, in each live, we do at least one meditation and we have about like 62 meditations or something. We have recorded 62 meditations or something in each of these lives. And now I am releasing these meditations one by one on Insight Timer. And I have released 10 meditations so far. Let me show you. And let me show you the playlist that Caitlin was talking about. So if you go to my profile and if you scroll down all the way down, so by the way, this is my new meditation that came up just today. And the name of this meditation is For the Days You Want to Be There for Yourself. So this is my latest meditation that came up today. Thank you, Heather, for the beautiful emoji. I'm going to just go back to the comments in a moment. So, okay, I think it is for Caitlin. Sorry. Yeah. So when you scroll all the way down, you will see playlist here. And the playlist that Caitlin was asking for is this. So I have put all the meditation from this Wheel of Wisdom series into this playlist, and we have like 10 meditations up until now in this. And a new meditation is added every week. So you can check this out at like one place. Caitlin says, Heather, you read my mind. I was thinking 13 as well, but didn't ask yet. Wonderful. Yeah. So I know. I think Caitlin 13 is your number, right? As far as I remember from our previous lives. So yeah, Heather and Caitlin aligned. Okay, let me go back to all the numbers and see which number I feel called to now. Okay, so the number that I'm feeling called to right now is page number 55. And that number has been chosen by JP. Thank you, JP, for choosing a number for all of us. So let's see what is on page number 55. So there is a quote. Caitlin says, yes, kiddo's birthday on 13. And that's a solid feeling number. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Steph is asking, what is the book? Sorry, I came on late and didn't catch it. That's all right. Steph, the name of the book is Mind Made Prison, and the book is written by Matthew Tabatabai. So let me write Mind Made Prison. That is the name of the book. Um, yeah. So the there is a quote on this page that says, I don't know how to pronounce this name, just a second. Tuli Kupferberg said, when patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. When patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. The author says, if you take the meaning out of something, you are also going to take the emotion out of it because it no longer means anything. The meanings you create are deeply connected with the emotions you feel. Therefore, it is essential that you take control of your meaning making skills if you ever want to take control of your emotions. So, this basically, talks about that. So, how you make meaning is how you think about something. Meaning that if something is happening, this is a very common example, but if supposedly you're walking down you're walking down a street and you know saw someone that you know. So you know this person and you saw them across the street from you. So you see them across the street from you and you are like, they would say hi or something, but they didn't. And then now it depends. So the situation, based on the situation, different people can have different kinds of thoughts. So one person might be, oh, what a rude person, how could she ignore me? What does she think of herself? All of this. So if you go down this path, if you make this kind of a meaning out of the situation, if you interpret this situation in this manner, then the emotion that is going to be triggered within you is going to be that of anger or frustration or that kind of a spectrum of emotions. Whereas if she was walking, you saw her and she didn't say hi, but you were expecting it, then another meaning of the situation that you might make, the another interpretation that you might have of this situation is that, maybe she was busy, or maybe she didn't notice me, or, or maybe when I think about it, she was walking fast. So maybe she was in a hurry somewhere. I hope that, she reaches there on time. So, if we are going to think in this manner, if you're going to interpret this situation in this manner, then the emotion resulting from this thought process might be different. You might be more concerned, or you might this event might not even register in your mind because it was not that important. So, that is what the author says, that your emotions are tied to the meaning making skills, it is tied to the meaning that you make. So, so your emotions, so the way that you feel is going to be influenced by the way you think about a situation. A situation can be the same, but based on your interpretation of that situation, you can have different kind of emotional reactions. So it is never the situation that makes you feel a certain way, you know, that makes you behave a certain way. It is your interpretation of it. It is the story that goes in your head about that situation, that is the thing that makes you, you know, feel and behave in a way that you do. Caitlin says, meaning making skills. Ah, love it. That's a great phrase. So, our perception and how we attach ourselves to things and such. Exactly, So our perception, how we look at that situation, how we perceive that situation, influence the way we are going to feel about that situation, about that person, and how we are going to then further react. So, if we are going to feel angry, then we might choose to ignore that person the other time, or, maybe bitch about that person to a friend or someone else, to a partner later. And if you're going to be concerned, then maybe the next time you're going to ask that person and you're going to get even more clarity, or you are just going to have a kind wish in your heart that may they reach wherever they want to go in their time, and that is going to now, um how do we say it, like spark that feeling of love within you maybe. So, and and we know that how a tiny gesture can make a difference. Like if you just smile, your whole emotional state can change. Try smiling right now. Just bring a gentle smile at your face. Relax your face and lift just the corners of your mouth. And maybe even try smiling through the corners of your eyes, like, they're lifting up. And just notice, how does this feel? If you're already smiling or laughing, then it might not have been a difference. But if you were feeling sad, if you were frowning, if you were slouching, if you were just, lying there, then there might have been a difference with this just simple gesture. So that's why, just having that wish in your heart that may that person reach wherever they want in on time, or maybe I hope that everything is okay with her. That can, generate a different emotion in your body that can help you shift your state in a manner that is not filled with stress hormones like cortisol or adrenaline, all of that. So, your thoughts influence the way you feel and the way you behave in a situation. Your situation is not the cause direct, is not a direct cause of that. And yeah, I have like explained it much in much more detail in another course of mine. The name of that course is, let me show you in case, you would like to tap onto this idea and actually, practice that, like put this into application in your life. So, okay, yeah, there's this course. So, the name of this course is Transform Your Negative Thoughts and Master Healthy Thinking using CBT. And CBT is like, so the triangle that I mentioned between like the thoughts influence your feelings and influence your behavior is like important element of CBT, which is a therapy. So yeah, so you can check out this course in case you would like to know how can I put this idea into application, how can I use this in my life. And also if you would like to learn like about the previous reading that we did, so since I have opened it, so which was talking about identifying your limiting beliefs and how the beliefs that you formed as a 5-year-old are limiting you and are still being continued into your present life no matter how old you are. So if you would like to work on that, then you can start with this particular course, which is named Master Your Mindset by identifying your limiting beliefs. So once you shine the light of awareness onto them, they loses their power over you. So give me a minute. Patricia says, important to take back the ability to respond, responsibility to things without making assumptions. Exactly, So yeah, you have like combined both of the readings, both of the elements from both of the readings that we did today, which is about taking back. Exact, and I love the word that you took, use taking back the ability to respond, and it is no longer now lying in the beliefs or in the again in the assumptions also. So there are different levels of beliefs, the core beliefs as well as the assumptions, rules, and all of those different things within us. So once we gain the clarity, then we can take back that ability to respond. Once we shine the light of awareness on the beliefs and also on the thoughts, our interpretation, our meaning making process, then we can change the way we respond, both emotional response, the kind of um, the kind of feeling that we have, and also the behavioral response, meaning how we act in that situation. So it seems like a perfect way, a perfect place to wrap this session. Before we leave, I would like to make some announcements as well. So, the first thing is that this whole live is getting recorded, and um, the way to access the replays is, so let me show you. I want, in order to avoid any confusion. So, the way to access the replay is you can go to my profile, Anisha Maheshwari, and go to the About section. When you scroll all the way down, you would see a link tree. Okay. So, when you click on this link tree, you will see Wheel of Wisdom replay written here. So there would be option Wheel of Wisdom replay. And when you click on that replay, you would see a whole playlist of all the lives that have been done in this Wheel of Wisdom series. And this is the 54th live. So you can just, and then, when you open that playlist, what I invite you to do is that just, whenever you need some guidance and I'm not going live, I'm not live, then what you can do is that practice tuning into your own inner wisdom, into your intuition, and choose a number just like we did in this live between 1 to 54. Whatever number comes up for you, watch that live knowing that that message in that from that live wanted to come through, wanted to reach you and help you navigate whatever life situation you are in. So that is one way to use that playlist. And also, if you missed on like today's meditation or maybe the readings, you can go back and choose to see any particular live like this one. So the number of this one is 54. Um, Although like the video recordings take like 1 hour to get uploaded because this is a long recording. So so if you would like immediate access to what we have read, like the readings, the name of the book, or the type of meditation that we did, then what I do is that I have a little community on Insight Timer, a free group on Insight Timer. And what you can do is that, okay, let me tell you from where first you can access that. So you can go to my profile on in the home page only, like continue scrolling. Yeah. So you would see the name of the group, Wonderful Beings. So you can either search for it in the search box on Insight Timer, or you can go to my profile and choose the group, like click on the group from here, and you can join this little community. I would love to have you here. So what I do is that after each live, I post a summary of that live, including the type of meditation that we did, the name of the book, and all the readings, the exact readings that we did in that group, so that you don't miss on to anything. And you can carry these reminder with you. So yeah, so if you would like that, you can join my little community. And the next announcement is that again, I want to remind you, in case anyone new joined, that I am currently offering a complimentary session to all the women. So if you are a woman who is interested in a free 1 hour coaching session with me, who would like to have a powerful conversation regarding whatever is happening in your life with me, then you can do so by, messaging me on Insight Timer. So there is an option on my profile. If you're following me, you would see the follow button becomes a donate button. Above it, three dot appear. Click on three dot, go to message teacher, and you can message me at Anisha. I'm interested in that, complimentary session. And I would love to offer you that. So, and also if you are not a woman, because I actually, only work one on one with women. But if you are not a woman, then I also have other offerings on my profile, and also in my link tree. So you can check that out. You can check my link tree out through the about section. Like from the about section, you can check my link tree. And I have like 7 courses on Insight Timer related to overcoming your negative thoughts, identifying your limiting beliefs and all of that I mentioned. And those are one of my popular courses. So there are like 2,000 and 3,000 people enrolled in that, and they have loved that. So, and my hope for you is that you are also going to love that. And I have other courses related to mindfulness, like how to feel more alive, how to notice the beauty in your life, how to be more mindful in your life, like not just in a quiet room, when you sit down to meditate, but also as you go throughout your life without having to change your routine. So yeah, so I have like an ultimate beginner's guide and everything related to that, and all the different mindsets. So I am like, so I started this series also in my courses, although I have taken a pause, but yeah, there might be certain mindsets that you are trying to cultivate, since some people mentioned like letting go and all of these mindsets like equanimity or non-attachment. So I am releasing like, different mindsets, courses on different mindsets as to how to cultivate them. So up until now, the mindsets that I have released are beginner's mind and curiosity, um, non-striving, and I think, hmm, I don't remember. It has been like a long time. Acceptance. Yeah, so all of these different courses I have on, Insight Timer. So if you are not a woman, then you can check out these offerings or the ones through my link tree. Philippa says, you are so incredibly generous and inspiring. I will definitely join your group and I wish for a mentoring session. Thank you, Philippa. I'm glad that, that you're able to resonate with my energy, that you feel connected with me in that manner. Philippa says, I love everything about Tanisha. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So I think there's one Philippa in one of my courses, So I have interacted with her. I'm not sure if you are that Philippa or if you are someone new. But I am, anyways, I'm so happy to have you here. Caitlin says, I can honestly attest that it is so worth reaching out to Anisha about this if you are interested. It was such a great call. Thank you so much. Thank you. Caitlin, I am so grateful for the recommendation. So I'm really glad that, the complimentary session resonated with you in some manner, Caitlin. Thank you so much. Caitlin says, right, Philippa, I'm so happy to have her in my life. And I'm so happy to have you in my life, Caitlin. Really. Guys, by the way, Caitlin is another teacher on Insight Timer, a wonderful teacher. And I like, I can attest to that, that, you are going to love to attend her lives. They are just so much filled with love and everything. And she, like, does stuff on this mindful crocheting and all of it. So during the lives also, she crochet and create beautiful patterns and stuff like that. And she chats. She's so friendly. So when you will enter her live, it would be like a wonderful space to be in. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking her out as well. Um, yeah, anything left from for making announcements? I already mentioned that, we do at least one meditation in each of these Wheel of Wisdom lives, and I am now publishing each of the meditations one by one. So at least one meditations come every week. And so if you would like to get notified about, if any of my new track come up, or if you would like to get notified about the next live event, which is on day after tomorrow. So I usually do these lives, this Wheel of Wisdom series. I have been doing on alternate days. Yeah, so I would love to have you in the next live. I would absolutely love to have your presence in that. Oh, there are like 108 people joined this live. Yeah, that is such a lucky number. I think it's nice to end this live at this point. So again, if you got anything from this live, then, and if you would like to support me in continuing these lives, these Wheel of Wisdom lives, then you can do so by pressing the donate button here, somewhere down here in the right, and you can make a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to. Um, Lauren says, although I joined late, this was my first time. It was great. Thank you so much, Lauren, for tuning in. I'm glad that you were able to catch onto some part of this live. And yeah, and that you liked it. And if you would like to catch on, like, onto anything that you missed during the live, you can always check out the replay. You can go to the about section in the link tree. You will see a replay of this live, and the number of this live is 54. So yeah, you can check that. Caitlin says beautiful number. Yes. Yeah, there are 108 meditators here. Lawrence says thank you. You're welcome. And thank you so much for your donation. Thank you so much for your support. I am grateful to receive this love from you. to know that this life touched you in some manner, it just means a lot to me. And my wish for you is that all of this love and all of this abundance that you have shared with me, I hope that it multifolds and grows in your life and just blooms and fill your life with so much joy and happiness and love. Thank you for your support again. SPV says, how can I share my love like you? I guess by having the intention to do so. And yeah, and starting at whatever, you know, starting with whatever comes to your mind first, just taking that first step. And yeah, and then it just flows from there, I think. People get to feel connected with you when you become your real self, when you be your real self, and they like you for who you are. And that, I think, is the best feeling in the world. And I'm so, so grateful, to have all of you people who accept and love me the way I am and allow me to be who I am. SPV says, but what if I don't trust my first step? I seem to keep getting into trouble. Then maybe, make that first step like the tiniest step. So so again, going back to the meditation, you might find today's meditation helpful in terms of that, SPV, because we have like the meditation was specifically on that, starting something new and feeling that nervousness or doubts or fears, coming up. So you might find that helpful. And when you think of that first step, try to think of the miniature version of it, like the smallest thing that you can do that doesn't brings up a lot of resistance. It is like slightly uncomfortable, but doesn't bring up a lot of, you know, resistance for you. So maybe that can be a starting point and then go from there. Okay. SPV says, oh, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad that, that makes sense for you. And again, you can check out the meditation to help you if you want, in order to support you, in order to feel supported as you take that step. Thank you so much, Philippa, for your donation. I'm so grateful to receive that. Thank you for supporting my journey and for sharing your love, in the comments and this kind gesture. I so appreciate that. It means so much to me, to receive all of this love from you guys. And I really wish that this abundance just multiplies and multiplies and does touch all of the wonderful areas of your life and brings you everything that you need to feel fulfilled. Philippa says, so grateful for your purity and grace. Oh, thank you, Philippa. That is so sweet of you. And it takes one to notice one. So, yeah, you have that purity as well and that beautiful grace. Okay, guys. So, I guess it's time to now finally end this live. Thank you, everyone who stayed, who listened, who, who was here, for your presence and for your interaction, for all these beautiful comments. And thank you especially to you, Philippa, Lauren, and, Sondru. I am so, so happy. I'm so happy to receive this support, and I'm so very grateful that you just got something out of this life and you decided to share that with me. SPV says, hold on, trying to donate. Thank you, SPV, for your, kind gesture. And yeah, and you can even donate to me after this live. So there is no like, No hurry, you can take your time. So, like, you can go to my profile and make a donation through, like, you know, through here. So, once you follow me, the follow button becomes a donate button, and you can donate from my profile as well. So, there is no need to hurry. My name is Anisha Maheshwari, in case, you missed. Okay. So, SPV says, oh, okay, sounds good. Sorry, first time. That's okay. So, yeah, you are taking that first step to share the love. I think that is a significant first step. And I'm grateful that you decided to, share that with me. Lauren says, you're welcome. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time. Yeah, see you next time, Lauren. We have another live day after tomorrow, and I would love to see each and every one of you there. Philippa says, good night from Central Australia. Good night, Philippa. I hope that you have sweet dreams. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Namaste. My wish for all of you is that something magical happens to you in the next 24 hours. And I hope that thing, that magic, brings a smile on your face. Bye bye.